them!
Oh, here we go. We're here.
Hello! Sorry, we're late.
Better late than never, but it wasn't our fault because our director. Oh, and now some mad music has started. We're so well rehearsed here. Welcome to Weekend Warlords, the most professional vlog on the internet. We're late because the director switched off all the electric to the building. And in Loughborough, we have little mice that turn the little wheels that make the internet work.
Took time to get them going
And those
again.
little mices, they were asleep and we had to give them cheese. I digress. So I'm Ash and this is...
And I'm Rasta today.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, that'll do. Today, we're going to talk to you about the last two events that we've been to since you've seen us 2 weeks ago. We've been to two events. We've been to a little tiny one called the System Open.
It was a game night kit, wasn't
It was a game night kit event, really small, not very important.
We'll brush over
that for now. And then we went to a regional in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And they're both very good.
If at any point we seem a little bit pensive, it's because our directors felt the need to put a picture of Mr. T where the camera is, and it's really scary. I'm kind of watching my... Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen. So you can understand that we've got to pull our P's and Q's, a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's why he's done it, is to take control of the situation. It's just like, you're like, don't you dare make a move.
You fool. So we got System Open, we got Sheffield Regional, we have got...
The competition.
Yoda's Head. Yeah. Right, in here is the name of the winner that we will be pulling at for the beautiful T-shirt.
Ta-da!
QVC. Crime Watch. We will be drawing the competition winner. We will also be showing you some prizes for the next competition.
Next one.
Because we like giving you stuff. We think we're going to kind of make this a bit of a theme.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And as always, we're going to take some questions at the end, towards the end of the programme.
Important with the questions. If you want to ask us questions now, you need to get over to our YouTube channel, YouTube Live, where we're streaming to now, and that's where we'll take the questions from. So I know this has probably been shared on all the Facebook pages, but you need to ask the questions on the Weekend Warlords YouTube channel on this video, on the live stream.
So
Easy
QVC.
peasy. It's so QVC.
And if you do that, you get a free colander.
But you have to buy some else.
So
let's talk about...
You start.
Yeah, let's talk about the System Open. So, System Open all over the world, multiple System Opens, different planets. How many? 14 did we say? We looked at it the other day.
I think there was 14 worldwide.
14 worldwide. And the UK one
There's
was...
still 2 to go.
I
think there's Germany to go and Italy.
Oh, okay. And the UK one was Mandalore? Or are they all Mandalore this year?
They're all Mandalore.
They're all Mandalore
So
this
they
year.
used to have different names. So last year we had Yavin.
There was Lowfall, was Spain,
there
wasn't it?
was Hoth, there was all sorts.
Yeah, wicked.
But now it's all Mandalore. It's all Scum themed this year.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this seems a little bit of a moot point because most of you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're watching this video, yeah, because it seemed like everybody I've ever met was at a System Open. We're saying it was a small event.
So first of all, numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's an image up on the screen to give you an idea.
And this is like one little bit of the System Open.
And there was 2 rooms filled like this.
2 rooms filled like this. There was 2 rooms filled like this. We hit... you can come off that now,
Yeah,
John.
come to us.
Yeah, come to us. That's better. We're much better looking than James Dowdall's back of his head.
Yeah, and Dinky Dink bent over the
Dink's
table.
very good looking, especially when bent over the table. But James Dowdall, not so much. Do you know what I mean? He'd talk a good talk, but he wouldn't walk the walk. So anyway, the big news is X-Wing's been going, 5 years? Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna give it
And
that.
in all those 5 years, there's been World Championships, there's been System Opens, there's been regionals, nationals, all sorts of massive events.
Euros.
Big event. I was at Euros. I was the guy sweeping. Anyway, System Open, 500 players day one.
Yep.
It was running at 499 and then suddenly someone showed up and it hit the 500 player mark. That is by far, bar none, the single biggest X-Wing tournament in the world to date.
Yep.
Small European matter?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, it was tiny matter.
Tiny. Well,
Tiny
look,
matter.
500 people in a room
Yeah.
was phenomenal.
It was, yeah. Well, I mean, we've been looking forward to this.
Mind blowing.
But it was, yeah. It was so good. Every team was there. Every player that you know, like that we know anyway, and it was just.
And the Europeans came and represented. There was Dutch, Italian, Spanish, Germany. Big up the Germans.
Yeah.
There was all the Poles, the Czechs. There was all sorts, more than I can even name. But everyone was there, and people had travelled.
There was world champions there. There was Euro champions there. There was national champions
Nand
there.
Torfs was there, and Nand in real life is properly hot.
Yeah.
Right.
And a legend.
If I'd ever thought about batting for the other team, Nand would be my first stop on the bus ride. He's got this like lovely flowing hair and the sort of gait that only a well-bred thoroughbred has. Do you know what I mean?
Good gait.
He had a beautiful gait, the way he walked.
He's top man, but...
And it was lovely to all the guys, because there was a lot of you there, a bit like myself, you get a bit starstruck, or a bit X-Wing famous, and you want to meet these people. Yeah. Nand was wicked.
I remember we talked to him and everything. He
had
cool.
time for people.
Everyone, and of course everyone wanted to talk to him, because, you know, it's like...
It's Nand Torf, yeah. So we had, there was national champions. There was some guy that won a European championship.
I didn't even bump into him.
There was Timo Rab. Timo Rab is like one of the few guys in the last season to have won 2 national titles, right? That's not an easy thing to do, and Timo did it. So the calibre of player
next level.
was stupidly next level.
500 players, right? And the format, insane. Like, so because of so many players, bang it down. 6 games first day, but they're going to break it. So what they're going to do is they're going to do the first 3 games. You must win 2 to progress to the next stage. Yep. And for all those that didn't get at least 2 wins in those first 3 games, could go and play Hangar Bay.
Yeah, it was a Hangar Bay. It wasn't Hyperspace yet.
No, it was Hangar Bay.
It was a
Hyperspace day 2.
They were little pods, right?
Yeah.
Because I weren't in that.
I think I might have been in there.
So, but it was a little pod,
yeah,
right?
Well, what we did is we all queued up, and then it was 8 players put into a pod. 8 players put into a pod. When we queued up, there was about 16 Warlords, so we ended up with solid pods. But, you know, it was just the way it worked out.
Yeah, we do multiply.
Yeah, there's a lot of this.
Yeah. So that's your first 3 rounds, because this was all quite confusing to me, because I don't ever read the blurb.
You don't read the
I don't
pages
read
at
nothing.
all.
No, I'm really bad.
I was fully aware because Arthur had told me everything, so I was good.
If you win 2 out of your first 3, you get to go into the second bit of Swiss. And if you don't, you go into the Hangar Bay, like Ash just said. And the second bit of Swiss is again made up of 3 more rounds. So you're looking at a conventional 6-round Swiss. And I know out of 500 players, it should be like 9 rounds if you wanted to come out with just a single player undefeated as an overall tournament winner. But it's not how this system open worked.
So because of the sheer vast numbers of players.
Yeah,
it was insane.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. So in the second bit, you needed to win. You needed to win all 3.
If you drop 1, you needed all 3.
Yeah. If you'd lost the game in the first bit, you'd need to win all 3 of your next 3 matches to guarantee you getting into what they called the pre-cut. Right, which we'll explain in a minute.
Yeah, because you could also you could win your first 3 and then afford to drop another one in the second 3. So
that's right.
You could afford to lose one game.
And so personally, right, and a lot of people probably don't agree with this, but personally, I found it quite a pressured format.
Oh, it's so intimidating.
Right, and I play a lot of competitive events, as you all know, but I actually didn't too much like the fact that it was kind of all or nothing in the day. Whereas, you know, you play like at a regional or nationals, and you've lost one game. Okay, so that's bad, but
You fight.
It's okay.
You fight.
Or I've lost 2 games, but hold on a minute. I've won 4. I've got all right MOV, and we're going to wait, and they're going to call out who's made what, and maybe I've still got it, and there's that little bit of hope.
Especially if you've gone, say, 3-2, going into your last game, and you're like, right, I smashed this MOV, I could do it. I get 100 nil, I could do it.
Yeah, so there wasn't that.
I took that away.
And I'm not 100% sure that didn't maybe put off some of the newer players. I don't think it did, because in a minute I'll get onto second day's numbers, which is certainly a reflection of how little it put people off. I just found it quite intimidating.
I've never known pressure like it. Stepping into your very first game.
First game was
and you
ridiculous.
were like, oh my God, I've got to win.
Yeah.
Not just, I've got to win. And then if you drop that first game, you went into your second game, that's it. Game 2, your system open was over if you lost that game.
Yeah.
That's how quick it was.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like the Wookiee, it's 2-1.
Yeah.
It was like, what? Ash, 2-1. It
2-1.
was like loads of people, Dinky Dink, part of the team, 2-1. There was loads of you guys that went 2-1 in the first bit, and suddenly it was like your first stab, your stab at the big prize was gone. So, yeah, look, it works. It works.
It did work.
I suppose
everything
it's
worked
a
really
system
well.
that has to be like that for the numbers. You can't have a 500-man room and expect to fit in 9 rounds in a day, because that you're looking at really 2 days of Swiss before you even talk about a cut. And the cut at that point is going to be a whole nother day of competition. So there's no way they were going to... I'm pretty sure if you think about 500 people, if you look at the venue they had it in, I'm pretty sure they didn't make any money.
No. Well,
I can't see that they actually made profit putting on these events.
We run tournaments, so we know what it's like, don't we? We've looked into running big tournaments. We know plenty of boys that run big tournaments.
The costs in hiring a venue of that size and of that calibre is thousands and thousands of pounds. And all you've got to do is do the math of 500 people paying, what, 25?
And they ain't selling, don't they?
20, 25 a ticket?
20, around that, wasn't it?
Right,
20
so it ain't loads of money when you've considered they had these 2 massive rooms for 2 days in like a proper pucker venue. Beautiful
Hilton.
place. It's the Hilton, for God's sake. It's really, really nice.
So that was the format for day 1. So how it went, like we say, those of us that got knocked out early, we moved out, went and played some Hyperspace, some Hangar Bay, and enjoyed ourselves and mucked around and had fun. We still had a chance to win everything that those that made it through did on the next day.
Let's show you a couple of pictures.
I'll give you an idea of the room.
Right, just some pictures that got taken during the day, and we'll talk you through them. So there's James Dowdall again, looking rather glum. And here's my family, our family, my children. We're joined by Timo Rab in the back. He's the Wookiee next to the other Wookiee.
Indeed,
And we're joined by the daddy of Just Play in this photo.
Yeah, Phil's in the middle. And now... all the teams that are there are legends. We get along with so many of these guys, it's unbelievable.
The guy in the middle in the wheelchair, he was running Ghost Fen, so he had his legs broken the week before because we just don't approve. And he's our team mascot. So
no, we're only joking.
Right. So certainly one legend of the game here, playing a pigtailed Italian. On the right, we've got James Finlayson. James has got to be the most consistent player this year in this country.
Without a doubt, the most consistent player in this country. Cut in 8 regionals.
Every regional he's been to,
Winning one
he's made
as well.
a cut and he's won the regional. James is also a lovely, lovely bloke.
Oh, a top man.
James is not happy in this photo. And that's because at this point, I do believe this was round either 4 or 5. James had been paired up against me and he wasn't happy. I didn't need to be playing James. I was already 1 game ahead of himself. You think about the odds of that. So there's 500 people in the room and you're the only guy that's on the odd number to get paired up, and it's James. He
paired up against you, who we are really good friends with James as well.
He's my brethren.
He's a proper, he is a warlord all the way, and we love him to bits.
He's our London warlord.
And for him to be paired up against George was just awful, because...
And so,
you had to knock him out. At this point, he'd lost one.
We've spoken about having a good matchup. This matchup's not good for James and was good for me. So I run Dash Po. I continued with it, and James had his Nora, I believe it was Fen and Lowrick list. OP cubed. Don't get me wrong, it's not a walk in the park, it's not a guaranteed win, but it's a list I'm quite comfortable fighting, and if I play it correctly, I kind of have the upper hand. So
there's a lot of shuttles out there, and you've killed a lot of them.
I've killed a lot of shuttles. So and now we're on to this is Ash.
That's me playing.
He's got some notes written on his hand there.
Yeah, I'm just reading there the rules. That is another shot of the room that I took quick. There's Carl.
Carl Walker in the background there, keeping his face out of shot.
Yep.
You can see, and this is tiny little shots. Right, Ash.
Big up, Simon. The absolute. This community of ours that we are all so fond of and love is nothing without Simon.
Yeah, Simon is from First Earth TV, comes all the way from Spain, and he's covered every single System Open with the help of you guys supporting his Patreon. Right? I support his Patreon. Ash supports his Patreon. I'm not talking about you give the guy $100 a month. Give the guy $1,
yeah,
$2.
That's all he has to. He asks for $1.
It's like a pound, £1.50, right? It's nothing. It's a packet of crisps, for God's sake.
Yep.
And the guy means that you guys can sit down on a Sunday or whenever, go to YouTube and watch all the streamed games.
I've watched all the top 8 games that he recorded. I have watched since System Open. Last week I sat down and I was watching games, and it's all because of First Earth.
If I ever get in trouble with my wife and I need to look like I'm sad and I've been crying, I just pull up my game at Euros, I get all emotional, and then I go in the house and apologise. So it has like lots of... If she's watching as well. and all I can see is Mr. T looking at me.
Yeah,
and that's like my wife's face going, "You crazy fool, wait till you get home, boy, I'm going to beat you." Rasta down every week. How can Rasta hurt himself this week? Moving on. Right.
The Wookiees.
The Wookiees.
We had one, now we've got two.
Now we got two. The gentleman on the right of this photo is my best friend and my brother, Kevin Bellaby. You all know him. He's a legend in this country.
If you've played any high-level X-Wing or even follow X-Wing online, everyone knows who Kev Bellamy is. He is known as the nicest guy in X-Wing for a reason.
But he will pull your arms off. He is a Wookiee. And the guy on the left of this picture... It's gone now.
But
just come back, John. There we go. The guy on the left of this picture is named Timo Rabi, something like that. I'm not sure about his second name.
Timo's name is.
Timo is from Team something Spieler. Forgive me. Yeah, he's from a German team full of lovely guys who we all made friends with at Euros, and we've been good friends ever since. And Timo came on his own. So because he was on his own, we adopted him. We went, "Timo, don't be on your own. Come and play with the Warlords. You can come back to us now."
Yeah. Not only are you one of the best players in the world, so we'll happily have you with a grey T-shirt on.
Do you know what? So Timo's a great example of what I'd love to see every player in this country and in the world aspire to. So he's an incredibly good competitive gamer, right? He plays the game by the letter of the rule. There's no infringements, there's no bending the rules to his own way, but he's also got the loveliest personality and table manner. And he represents everything we'd like to think we do as Warlords.
Yes. He encompasses everything that we shout about constantly. Constantly. And it was an absolute honour and a pleasure to spend my weekend with Timo. So much so that you can see on the second day, we gave him one of the Wookiees T-shirts because we were like, "We love you. Here, have this." No one gets Warlords T-shirts. They're not something we give away just because you won a game night kit in Bolivia. No. You get invited to be for Team Warlord, and it's kind of...
it's a family thing.
Very much so, and we're very proud and love all our members. But yeah, Timo, without a doubt, man, he was just so cool.
It was just so nice. It was so reminiscent of Euros as well, and it's made us get really excited for Euros because, like, the highlight. All right, my highlight might have been winning it, but actually the real highlight for me was all the mates I made. I made like some lifelong friends from all different countries. I never would have met these people. That's when you're winning. That's when you're winning at X-Wing, where you got all these cool bloody friends. And I bet you if I had to go to Germany, I bet you one of them would let me have a bed, or they'd at least go, "Gee, we're going to take you to a nice restaurant and we'll show you around and we'll make sure you don't get lost."
Everyone that I played at System Open was absolutely wonderful. Like, absolute, just so nice and beyond the game. You know, you just talked. You played the game as well, but you just talked and had a nice time, and everyone played the game in the spirit of the game. It was
Is there any more? That's our last crowd shot.
Photo,
So
let's talk.
should we?
Yeah. So the way it worked was after day one. So it was all the 5 and 1s and all the 6 and 0s made up how many players? 54. Right. Correct?
54 players. I have got notes today. I'm very
54
professional.
players. Now, the top 10 of those 54 got a bye to the next day.
Right. So yeah, the top 10 that are in that category automatically qualify for the top 32.
Yes.
This is bizarre, yeah?
So we can put up a top 32 now, so we show this one.
Right,
so this is top 32 after Swiss.
Yeah,
this
is
changes.
just after the Swiss on day one. So at the top, we'll just pick a couple of names out. At the top, we got Twiggy. I don't know what happened there. He obviously got easy matches all game. He's not that good.
Yeah.
No, Twiggy's a lovely guy. Look at his MOV. That's just ridiculous.
Just play rep. They were amazing.
In second spot is Martin Shivers. You might hear that name again
It
later
might pop
on in
up
this.
again in a
might
bit.
pop up somewhere.
Yeah.
Paul Fullon. He won Warboard Regional. We've got
Adam Toppin, I don't know. Tom Forsnart.
You'll hear that name again.
You'll hear that
at
name
some
again.
point in
He
in
is
this
one
podcast.
of Zombie Squadron.
A Zombie Squadron, that's right. And look, we've got Timo in there. We've got Rasta in there.
Number 10, Lee Taylor. Oh,
Lee
what
Taylor.
a season.
What a season.
What
From
a
nowhere,
season.
from zero to hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? He's become like a phoenix.
Yeah.
And he's come out of the ashes and he's here now.
He's
and
a beast.
You know how much we love Lee. We've talked about it. Rick Porius, top player. Alex Burt, top player. Demetrius Stavropoulos, right? Who taught me how to say a colourful world in Greek. And now all my friends know. Good man, we love you.
Yeah. Top man. Some young...
Simeon Jalapeno.
Yeah,
some young punk. I don't know who he is, but he seems to always manage to get himself in my car.
Yeah.
Scott Bryant. How did that happen?
Yeah, well done,
With a
mate.
furry falcon, well done.
Yeah.
Ben Lee, another seasoned UK player. Jesper Hills,
well
Mike
done.
Dennis.
Scott Kirkham.
Kjelta de Boa, who knocked me out, but we'll talk more about that.
Brian Clark, yes.
Boom to the Brian Clark. Ashok.
Yeah, amazing. So that's your top 32 after Swiss, right?
After Swiss.
So after Swiss, what actually happened was the top 54 players. What they did is they put those top 54. We take the 10 out, right? So that leaves us with 44.
No, 44. That's right, 44.
Then they're going to play one game.
Knockout.
Yeah.
So
it's
out of
going to
that,
leave us
22. So you add that 22 to the 10 that had buys,
Yeah.
and you get a true top 32.
32.
So I was one of the people lucky enough to be in the 6 and 0 category, with less than capable dash and underpowered Poe.
I don't know what your problem is with them. I don't know why you don't just put the proper one on the table.
Because I'm a stickler for a hard life.
I'll lend you an R2 card.
Dude, I told you.
You know, I've got some VR.
You know the proper Poe build, don't you? It's called a sheath-peed fed, and the proper dash build is a ghost.
Yeah.
But I've got a soul.
So when you start your list, you get a shuttle, and then you buy a ghost.
And then you
win.
lose all your friends.
Well, it turns out that's not the case.
No, well, anyway, so I was one of the lucky people to go 6 and 0, so I didn't have to play in the pre-cut.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure that was the best thing in the world.
Every time you either use a buy or miss a game, that blows your warm-up.
Yep.
Always.
So I've had this theory for a while now, and so much so, like Simeon, my son, Simeon's still got a buy for this year's regional season. They're all over now. It's still in my wallet because he refuses to use it because he goes, I'm not playing, I'm not taking a first round buy because I always lose my next round, Dad. And he's absolutely right. The one regional this year I put a buy in, my first game actually at the table, I lost. And what happens at this one? Do you know what, right? I'm all right at this game. I played like such an idiot in my first game against Kjelta de Boa. I hit a rock. I haven't hit a rock in 3 years. I hit not just no. I misjudged my first move and I clipped this rock with Poe, and then my eyes just went to mush and I couldn't see my barrel roll, how big I was. Then I hit the same rock again in the next turn. It's like, you can't make it up. So I lost my cut game because I'm a plonker. Yeah. I'm not going to blame my dice. Yelta had great dice. When Dash was left, mine weren't particularly friendly, but to be fair, at this level of X-Wing, when you make a mistake like I made, the only person you've got to blame is yourself.
Which you did.
And
you owned up straight away.
All I could
do.
do was apologise to my opponent. I hadn't given him a better game. I was appalled with my conduct at the table. I was appalled. And I was like, 6-0. I've never gone 6-0 in an event like that. I didn't go undefeated at Euros. I lost one of my Swiss games. I didn't go undefeated at Nationals. At none of them. I think the only place I've been 6-0 is Nerfurter and UKTC twice.
Yeah. Which you've got to do.
Yeah. But at these single man events,
you usually drop one.
I usually drop one game. So to go 6-0 was like, oh my God, I'm really, Dash Pose actually a thing, it can do it. And then and the engage was right. And then I, like an idiot, went, I know what I'll do. I'll park on that rock in front of 3 pal paces. That'll be a good thing to do.
Delete.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
So Sim made it through, Lee made it through. I'm just touching on our team players. They made it through to the next round.
Just play boys, both from Dan and Twig.
Yep, all made it through.
Dan knocked out Sim.
Dan knocked out Sim.
Dan knocked out Twig.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he knock out Twig as well?
Dan knocked out Twig in the next following round. So if you could bring
Lee won his next round.
Yes, Lee got knocked out of top 16.
He got knocked out in the top 16, that's right.
Now, if you'd have made top 8, this was the thing. So anybody that got knocked out at this point...
Before you go there, John.
Anyone that got knocked out at this point would then go into the Hyperspace, which was going on next door.
So that original pre-cut, anyone in the top 32, and anyone in the top 16 that lost their games was then entitled to go in something called Hyperspace. So before we go too far forward, Hyperspace is a separate event which was held on the second day.
For us.
So, well, no, don't go there.
What?
There's a lottery,
yeah?
It's a second chance at the ticket to Coruscant. So in order to win the ticket to Coruscant, you need to play another 6 round Swiss, and you need to win all 6 of your games.
6-0, yeah.
So there was 400. I'm sure it was 415 players.
Something. So it was over 400
players.
players.
Day 1, biggest X-Wing event in the world, bar none. Day 2, second biggest X-Wing event in the world. Big up Europe, big up UK.
Mental.
Yeah, we did it. We took a lot of crap from certain people about, oh, you've got another system open. What? Yeah.
Good job we got it.
Americans, get on a plane, come and throw down in England. Yeah. Have a go here if you've come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Of that.
But 100%, just come and enjoy the matter and enjoy the community.
Enjoy the fact that not all of us run Ghost Fan.
Yeah,
and you'll have some variety in your games.
Still a lot of...
Anyway,
still a lot of shuttles.
Like I said, up to top 16, if you got knocked out, you could go into Hyperspace. And for each game of the cut that you'd played in, when you entered top 16, you got a buy. When you entered Hyperspace, you got a buy. So they were like mirrored tournaments. So we had the first cut game before before the Hyperspace kind of started. They kind of ran back to back, so that when one game finished in the cut, they were also finishing the game in the Hyperspace. So you could just slot in, which I did. I went straight into Hyperspace. Sim went into Hyperspace. You know,
Lee came into Hyperspace, yeah.
And now we'll rewind to the actual cut room.
So at this point, so if you made this top 8,
right,
you couldn't get into Hyperspace.
But you'd already won a ticket to Coruscant at this point.
So very important.
All these top 8 players, they've got a lovely set of range rulers.
They've got some nice swag.
Gutted I didn't get the range rulers.
You wanted them.
I wanted the templates so bad, it was stupid. But I can't complain, I got my R2 template.
So if you have a look at some of these lists that we've got here as well, this is really cool. This shows you our meta. There's a lot of quick draw though.
Yeah.
So top 8. So we've got Dennett, came in 8th. Quick draw, Vader, Row Squadron. Nice.
He's an Italian guy.
Yeah.
So he always gets my vote.
Yeah.
He knows how to cook.
Dan, sister, just play Dan, right?
Yep.
Captain Nim, Lowrick, Jess, lovely list.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good list.
Yeah. 6th place, Gary Colton.
So this is an Irish guy, really, really nice guy. Come and introduce himself. We had a great chat. and I do believe he's getting married. He was on Facebook. Congratulations, mate. Enjoy yourself. It's just for the rest of your life.
Yep. But he came in 6th with his Rat Quick Draw. Horrible list. Like Kev's been running this. Hate it. Smashed me like 10 games out of 10.
So it's negative play experience number 3.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them. You know who they are.
You know the other 2. Add this one to the list.
Ben Lee, Dirty Net Lister.
Quick Draw in Quiz in Your. I've seen it again.
This list has been doing the rounds for quite a while.
It's going to pop up again on our screen.
This is known as the Foss Aces.
Yeah,
it was
Foss.
Started by Travis Foss in Australia. Not by anyone else who's claimed fame to it, and it's now doing the rounds by lots of dirty net listers.
And we'll get to that in a bit.
Get to that.
4th place,
Jesper Hills, not a dirty net lister.
That's some solid ig action.
Jesper, I hate your list because it's a nightmare to play against, but I love the fact you've done so well with it. So props to you for flying the beshizzle. That was a good word.
Good word.
I like that, and it wasn't rude, but it sounded naughty.
3rd place, Rob Ram, Triple Wookies.
Right, I played Rob at Sheffield. That was the guy I played in my top 8.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's Rob Ram.
So
Rob Ram from IQ, he's a really nice guy. Triple Wookies, who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
So
solid list.
And number 2 is
Thomas
Forstner.
Yeah, Forstner. His list's all right, you know.
Yeah,
I quite like it.
I mean, you know, he's obviously been watching a certain vlog.
Maybe.
And thought, oh no, I'll have a go with that Ray.
Yeah, she's a beast. And I may have been watching his videos and borrowed his logo.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And then Martin Chivers with a lovely little take on the Aces list.
Yeah,
so,
we've got Kylo.
So we got Kylo Ren. So props for Kylo because I love Kylo.
And it is the Kylo build. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is the Kylo build. He's obviously been watching our vlogs. Quick Draw. Boo. Everyone hates Quick Draw.
I hate Quick Draw
so
much.
Who don't hate Quick Draw? And Epsilon Ace. So he's been like Rasta did it with Lebo. I'm doing it with Epsilon Ace. I'm bringing out a ship no one knows existed. This was a cool little list, huh?
Yeah.
You can come off that now, brother.
So, final game, which you can go check out. A lot of these games are all on First Earth on YouTube. Check that out.
They're all up on YouTube First Earth.
Yeah, and you watch a lot of Thomas's games, which I've been watching. Amazing. But you can watch that final game, and it's good, and it's on there for you to watch.
So Ashley's not telling you, the final was between Martin Chivers and Tom Forstner. So it was the impaces. There we go. There's Martin Chivers. Here's his actual list. So we've got
Quick Draw, VI, Fire Control System, Advanced Optics, Special Ops Training, and Lightweight Frame.
All the shizzle.
Yeah, and we've got the beautiful Kylo, Push, Advanced Sensors, Advanced Optics, Thrusters, and Vanguard.
That's the way Rasta builds it.
Yeah, and then exactly the same thing. It's switched out Wampa and blanged it in.
Well, he switched out Sontir as well.
Yes,
and I get that.
Well, I think Quick Draw's a better call, to be honest.
Yeah, but I like Sontir. I like flying. So, but anyway, this is a very powerful list. So that's one of the top 2 players, and then.
John will show us
the other list. There we go. There's Thomas Forstner's list with Ray with expertise, Thin, Kanan Jarrus, Millennium Falcon engine upgrade, well built, full on,
super slooping,
full on aggressive smash your face in Ray, and then a pretty aggressive but still defensive Lowrick with
which
expertise.
Keeps Ray in the game so good.
Tactician 3PO. I mean, I think the call there is expertise on both of them.
Yep.
You've got Tactician for control, and 3PO makes Lowrick a nightmare if you try and shoot at it.
Yeah.
So both those ships are going to do a considerable amount of damage.
And he's got range control with Tactician.
And nerf a considerable amount of damage with Ray's arced ability.
Yep.
Plus
spending
Lowrick's evade token.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that's a wonderful list.
I certainly watched some of the run-up games to that, right? And I know that both of these guys are really good players. And I know that Tom, particularly, was beasting people, with his list. People were quite shocked by how well this guy's list was doing. And I know that when he got to the final, I didn't actually watch the final because I was playing Hyperspace at the time, but I know it was pretty fast. Yes. Right? I know that Martin dismantled him really quickly.
It sure
and
did.
I don't think that's any reflection on how well Tom played throughout the whole tournament.
Not at all, no.
Certainly money was kind of swayed towards Tom, to be fair.
Tom
So it's a
had
lot of health to take
Tom,
out.
Tom had played Nand and...
So you've got to remember, in paces are really dodgy, but you mess up once and you end up in Arc of Ray at range 1, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
Or you're probably taking so big a hit, there's no coming back from it and you've got to run away from the rest of the game. So, you know, it's not an easy matchup.
The thing is, quick draws, double tap, Kylo's ability, if you're shooting at him, it's hard. It is so hard. Blinded Pilots on Ray is game.
Right, so look, for me, you all know Martin Chivers won it.
Yep.
So everyone's going, oh, imps are rubbish. They can't. They're not rubbish.
They're amazing.
You just needed to adapt and change the way you played. For me, this makes me a proper happy boy. The only thing that would have made me personally happier was seeing my son win.
Yeah.
Not even myself, but it makes me happy that we had a list, win the system open, that was about pilot skill. Okay? And I know Quick Draw's in there, and I know Quick Draw is a very good ship, but that still takes nothing away. I'll watch Martin play.
You
his
still got
games,
arcs you can dodge on Quick Draw.
I watched him play Jesper with his Brobots, and the guy flew like a bloody ninja. And it takes a ninja to fly Kylo. It takes a ninja to keep a PS12 or to keep his TIE FO undamaged for the whole game. Keep Quick Draw in it because he's not free agility. He's got no auto thrusters. All of that. Flying one. You know, we always get these comments, and it does bug me whenever someone wins something. The first comment is, "What was the list?" Not who was the pilot.
Yeah.
So. You know what needs nerfing? Martin Chivers needs nerfing,
Yeah,
right? None of his
good.
ships need nerfing. He needs nerfing. Props to the pilot. The guy flew. This is what this game is about, and we got to fight to keep it about. You know, power to the flyers and chuck all the ghost players out. And the guy that flew Tom flying his Ray. He flew
wicked.
so well. I watched a couple of his
Ray's
games.
good out of arc. She's all right. She's still chucking dice. Range 1 out the side, still 4, isn't it? But keeping arc with Ray,
It's not easy.
it's not easy, and it makes arc incredible.
Yeah.
So he flew like a boss.
So I'm really, really, really made up.
For the final was
a beautiful thing. And it was, do you know what is really nice? It was Rebs versus Imps.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if it was Scum versus Rebs or Scum versus Imps or Imps versus Scum, whatever.
Even it was Resistance versus First Order.
It was Resistance
The new
versus
school.
First Order. Bizarre. Yeah. Wow, it's like they should make a movie.
They
and call
should
it.
do a movie.
Yeah. And they've got some cool characters there they could put in it. They
Ray,
could do like
Kylo.
a girl pilot called Ray. Yeah. Anyway, look, awesome. And you should all be really made up with that event. You should also all be really, really proud of yourselves because the vibe on the first day and the second day, we're going to talk a bit more about Hyperspace in a second, but the vibe you guys managed to create in that room, we went to a regional the next week and it was awesome and everything was perfect.
It was well run.
But after the buzz of System Open, everything just felt a little bit wanting because you guys pulled it out of the bag.
So Monday I was broken. It was just
personally
so
to
good.
me, right? Some of you come up and say silly things like, "Oh, you're Rasta, I really want to meet you," and all that, and it's all a little bit overwhelming for me. But you guys, you make me feel really special, and I was really touched by all your kind comments and the fact that any of you even bother to watch this and know who we are, pay any attention to us at all. So, it was a proper humbling experience. It was a phenomenally soul restoring experience. With, I told you I've been in unhappy place because of certain things that are going on in the game, and I feel that they're not addressing them. But
pre-regional season, we struggled a little bit.
yeah,
we did.
But you know what? Faith is restored by you guys, by all the hugs I had, and whoever gave me that cold, right?
Your problem is you hugged 400 people, therefore you got a cold.
Yeah, it's not my problem. You guys all need to not hug me if you've got a cold. You need to say, Rasta, back off.
I'm sick.
Right? I've got the lurgy. But look, I had such a good day, such a good weekend.
Yeah, it was wicked.
Shall we?
Everyone that I saw was just... So let's talk Hyperspace.
Let's talk Hyperspace quickly.
Hyperspace. So Hyperspace, next day, those that are getting kicked out of the Open are coming in with buys. The rest of us are all playing. we've got to go 6 games. We've got to go 5-1 to win some shields.
Is that right?
Right.
Oh, okay. So, because we got a set of shields for making cut.
Yeah.
And we got target lots for making cut.
Yeah. We all got target locks.
But then we got a second
You
set.
got a second set.
And if you made 5-1, I think, and if you went 6-0, you got a set of shields.
Yeah.
5-1 and
6-0 got second set of shields.
So, because I ended up with 30 shields personally.
I got to look at them in a bag, so yeah, it's the same thing.
I gave some away.
Same
you know what I mean?
I held some at one point. Who needs them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just shield tokens.
Just shield
It's just
tokens.
plastic,
Yeah, it's
rubbish.
crap.
So, Hyperspace. It wasn't easy, man. Do you know what had actually happened? Is all the Ghost Fen players that had got kicked out of the cut were all in Hyperspace on the top table.
My first round, got to the table, was like, Hyperspace, day 1, yeah, let's do this, let's go 6-0. Ghost Fen, oh right, okay, cool. Damn.
I think it was round 3 for me. I played Alex Bruce with Ghost Fen, and I looked up the table. And
Alex Bruce as well.
Yeah, I looked up the table, and every player on one player on each table, all the way up one side, had Ghost Fen.
A lot of players that had been kicked out as well, that had not took Ghost Fen
Brought
to the Open, had gone, oh, well, I didn't do very well, so I just thought I'd bring Ghost Fen.
Oh, my bottom really hurts from Ghost Fen. I'm going to play Ghost Fen. Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
So I managed to beat Alex Bruce. I beat Ghost Fen on day 1 as well, but I beat Alex Bruce, and Alex is wicked with it. It was a combination of him clipping a rock and him taking a weapons failure.
He's an amazing player.
Oh, he's an amazing player.
Really good.
He beat me at Sheffield with it, so he got his revenge. But personally, I went 6-0 again.
Yeah.
Right, which was just like, yeah, with underpowered Poe. That's right.
When are you going to learn?
I know, mate. I know. Should we chuck up the list of the top of Hyperspace?
Yeah, so
because there's not too much to talk about apart from lots of games were played.
Yeah, a whole ton of games got played.
Yeah.
And we, so a lot of people did drop out of Hyperspace after they'd lost 2 games because they couldn't get shields. But the rest of us all soldiered on like true X-Wing players. And what you need to know is
they're not all running Imperials
Yep.
for a start.
Ignore that. What you need to know is the top 7 on our list here.
No, top 6. Was it top 6?
Top 7.
Was it top 7?
Yeah, top 7
So,
all made 6-0, therefore have earned a ticket
to
go to
Coruscant. So Coruscant is an invitational tournament. You can take that off because I've got a list.
We've got a list.
We've got a list now, John. We
We've
learned
read it.
from last week. We haven't hidden it under
You're
the
so
cupboard.
well prepared this week.
We are. Oh,
Thank you.
The director spoke. You've heard his voice.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm going to go from like number 1 down, and I'm going to look down at the table, even though Steve said don't do that.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. T in his face. Adam Stainton,
He was
Ashok,
top. Yeah, then Ashok.
Ryan Matheson,
Yep.
Rasta, that's me,
Yep.
Gareth Chambers, David Bryan, and Stephen David Jones. They all went
All 6-0.
All 6-0. All 6-0. I do believe there might be 2 Ghost Fen players in there.
If you could you just drag that last one back up for me, John? I just want to point something out to see if it's on there. Right, as you can see, so though there is in those top 7, those with an asterisk next to their name have come out of the Open with buys. So there's only 2 players there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so only 2 of them
5
don't
out of
have.
7.
So
Yep.
Gareth and Adam started in Hyperspace and went 6-0.
Yep.
It's good to know.
Nice. Well
Good to know.
done. Well done, guys.
Yeah, awesome.
We know Gareth well.
We know Adam well.
Yeah, you know how much roasting I gave you all weekend for your list, but I still love you. It don't mean I don't love you. Rasta has plenty of love for everyone.
Loads to go around.
Plenty of love. So that was the top of Hyperspace. I'm properly made up. I've never been to America or anywhere like that, and I'm going in like 3 weeks, and then I'm going again in October, and I am going because.
What did I say to you? You get invited, you go.
Got to go, man. I've got to go to that. Even, do you know what? And I'll probably be on my own because I know, like, my son ain't got a ticket, obviously, and you can't buy it. It's more exclusive than Worlds, isn't it, really? And even if I lose all 6 of my games or whatever the day is, I'm going to go and just say I did it.
Champions
And it
tournament,
might be
man.
like the only time in my life I ever get this, like going to Worlds this year. I might never ever get to do it again. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell some of my stuff. Maybe cut a dreadlock off and knit a hat for a baby. Something like that that's going to raise me some money. And I'm going to go and represent you lot as much as possible because I know, say, not all of these guys that won their ticket are able to go.
Yeah, it's a big ass.
It's a lot of money, especially in October. I've got a Miss UKTC I know everyone's rubbing their hands together, going, yeah, Rasta's not there. There's going to be a Rasta impersonator taking my place. Watch this space.
Yeah, I've heard he's amazing.
Yeah, it's not going to be Ash because he's far too good looking.
Because he ain't amazing either.
Don't tell anyone. They're just scared of the t-shirt.
It works.
Right.
They're like, oh no, you're a warlord. And then I'm like, wait until turn 2, you won't be bothered.
Thank you to all the organisers of the System Open. Thank you to Alex and Alec and Nick Bond and all of the TOs. Yeah. All your names are too far and my brain is old now to remember all your names. You did a phenomenal job. How you managed to run an event with that many people so seamlessly and so well is beyond us.
Especially during Hyperspace, round 3, round 4, there was 200 drops.
Yeah, 200 drops that all had to be entered manually. And I know that people were like going,
turned it around in 40 minutes.
Us. I know that organisers were getting worried that we were having to wait, say, an extra 20, 30 minutes. We weren't bothered. You had given us such a good atmosphere, such a lovely event, such a lovely environment to play our games, and you facilitated us silly sods pushing spaceships around on the table. So thank you very much, FFG, Estevium, Asmodee, whoever you are that got us the SOS this year. We hope we proved that we can run a party and we can put, we bring the party, all of the UK. You should all be proud of yourselves. Just can't wait for the next one. It's made the excitement levels for Euros go just completely through the roof.
We've got Euros, we got Nats, regional season's over and that don't matter, it's still all to come.
Yeah, so just thank you to everyone involved, players, organisers, everyone, and even the backroom staff that made the food and the hotel people.
Everything was wicked.
Never get to me.
Yeah, there was
it was wicked.
no issues.
It was a 10 out of 10 from us. Just amazing. So, tiny European meta, I don't think so.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no.
Not at all.
Moving on, because we've done 45 minutes.
Right, well, we better roll then. Let's go quick. So after that, next week, we got on our jollies again and buggered off
Chuck
to
a
Sheffield.
picture up, John. We're going to do this in Hyperspace.
We went to Sheffield.
Because we hadn't played enough X-Wing that we played on Tuesday night after System Open and then played again on the Saturday for a full-on 120-man regional in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Beautiful venue. It was in a hotel that was quite hard to find because my sat-nav just kept taking me to the middle of a motorway.
Yeah.
But again, a large Warlords present. This is our local regional for us. This is like an
closest
hour.
one.
If that, 45 minutes for some of us. In fact, James and that lot, they live in Sheffield.
They do indeed.
So this is our local event. Some big teams represented as always. Even, believe it or not, one of the 118s made it past Watford.
He did indeed.
And has come up the legend.
Yeah, Phil GC.
The Billy Goat himself, Phil GC. Yeah, my brethren. I love Phil with all my heart. So Phil came up. We got any other pictures there?
What else we got, John?
Because we're scrolling, mate. We're scrolling. Because we talk.
We are.
Right. So, rushing on quickly.
Yeah.
Because we ain't got long. We have spent 45 minutes talking about System Open. I told you we didn't need to.
Yeah, you right.
I made the cut. And I made the cut through the luckiest game you've ever seen, where I played like a moron against Leon Smith. I had no right to win that game,
Is this when we had to dice it?
Oh my God, and I got a final salvo and I won it by one dice.
It's the craziest game.
And this is me in top 4, where to say I was kind of behind was an understatement because his Ezra just wouldn't die. So for motivation, I got the Ed Holmes to put on the Rocky theme music. And I stripped off and I threw down, and the power of the Balboa. So now I'm known as Rasta Rocky Mace, right? Against Luke Apollo Townsend. And I took him back to nearly dead Miranda. I killed his low Rick. I stripped all his Miranda, all on like a nearly dead dash, right to the end where he won. Do you know what? It was wicked. It was Rocky 1. In Rocky 2, I'll actually beat him, right? But it was such a good weekend.
We've got a big up Fishy as well. He's a true friend. And
I love Fish.
Yeah, and
I was so happy to be beaten by Fish. Wicked weekend. And then Fish went into the final against Simrandeep.
Yeah.
I hope that's how you pronounce it. Such a lovely guy from London.
Yeah, wonderful. Come up, spoke to me. Sim,
minute,
you're a legend. Yeah. He just absolutely, he was such a nice guy. His game against Lewis was fantastic. I was watching that while you was playing Fish for the top 4.
Yeah.
is just a top guy, mate. Like another person that if you go to the table and you're going to play against him, you're going to get good game. He's giving you good game.
Totally.
Yeah.
So Fish was running OP Cubed, and Simrandeep was running.
Yeah, let's have his list.
Let's have his list, John. Foss Aces, another dirty net lister, which is all good. I know he beat several Ghost Fens during the day and in the cut. The guy's a phenomenal player. I know that when we left, because I was broken, it certainly looked like Luke was winning largely. He'd killed the shuttle, he'd lost no ships. I think Quickdraw had lost his shields. And when I left, I went, yeah, Luke's got that. And he didn't. Simran, I don't know what magic. I do know
it's just hard to kill, man.
they've recorded the games. They are bringing them. They are going to end up uploading them. They weren't live.
And they've not gone up yet.
They will be uploaded onto YouTube, so you'll get to watch the game in the end. But Simran did it. That's it, really, dude. You can come out of that. So, congratulations to Simran.
Yeah.
You played like a boss. Luke, commiserations, but well done. You got your dice, you got your templates, you had a great weekend.
Yeah, big up everyone at Sheffield. Jim for running it. Top guy, really like him. Everybody who I played, you're amazing. I had to play James Finlayson for the first time I've ever had to play him. Like, dream come true for me, to play against one of the best players in the world. All the other guys that I played, triple Wookiees. I had to play Josh from our team. Just had the best day. Every game was wicked. Everybody was in the spirit of it. It was a buzzing room.
Gutted a little bit, regionals is over.
Yeah.
Also happy for the rest.
Yeah.
It's such a hard 3 months, the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted now and I need like at least 1 week where I don't
feel
have
like
a
when it
tournament
stops, it's
before
Christmas.
Worlds. Well, we got 2 more. Got 2 this weekend.
Oh,
one
yeah.
after that. And then I'm not sure if I got any more before I go to Worlds, but I'm pretty sure there will be. So I might get 1 day off.
Yeah, coming up this weekend is the weekend Warlords weekend. So we've got a big tournament on Saturday and a big tournament sold out on Sunday.
We're being joined by the legend Phil GC. Expect to see a guest interview on the next episode of Rasta and Ash. That's right, Rasta and Ash.
Yeah.
I forget our name sometimes. It's Alzheimer's is kicking in.
So
look, let's move on because
you need to know.
You need to know this stuff. So should we give stuff away?
Let's do it. So we've got.
No, well, let's tell them what happened. Last week, we set you a competition, and it was for you guys to
tell us.
Yeah,
yes,
tell us.
You had to tell us the film that me and George were talking about at the end of video number 3. It was video number 3.
You guys, there's loads of you watching, but only a few of you commented.
Yeah.
This is free stuff we're giving away.
Yeah,
here.
and so the important thing was you had to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which if you haven't done, you should be doing right now because it's really important. And then you had to comment on what film we were talking about. And what film were we talking about?
Dodgeball.
We were talking about Dodgeball.
Because the question changed. At first it was about Michael Bublé. So I've just got Michael Bublé in my head. The Michael Bublé film.
Yeah, which doesn't exist.
No.
But
It was Dodgeball.
does.
So
And that's correct.
I'm going to shake Rasta's head. Ash is going to fist Yoda. There we go. Gently. Gently.
Getting real deep, lad.
Getting deep there, boy. It's another one from the film.
Yeah.
Right, and the winner is
Maze Rim.
Maze Rim.
That's a good name, John.
We're kind of copying mine a little bit.
This
YouTube name.
It'd be your YouTube name. So we will.
Maze Rim, you need to contact us.
Yes, or we'll contact you on your comment, so
Right.
you'll see it, and then we'll get it sent out to you. Dude, congratulations! You've just won a T-shirt. Jackpot. Maze Rim.
Let's see if I can not
Don't put
poke
it
myself
back
in the eye. Yeah, don't put it back in the pot.
It's alright, it's the only one open.
Oh, okay. So this is what you've won, Maze Rim. It'll be on its way to you soon as we
Jackpot.
get an address. So,
We're going to do another competition.
oh no,
Do you
we're
wanna
going to do
that now?
questions and answers first.
Question and answers.
We're going to do
Have
some
we got-
questions and then we'll talk to you about another competition at the end of the show.
There was an absolute shed ton of comments.
Did you see how John tried to be PC then and went shed ton? Yeah, I won't say a shed load. I've got to have a drink. Because I'm as dry as Gandhi's flip flop.
Yeah, keep that one.
Yeah.
So, one question that
Sponsored by Red Bull. Red Bull, if you're watching.
Yeah. Other energy drinks are available.
Just
especially
not at this
Warlords.
store.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Actually.
They are,
It's
yeah.
just that one that's not available.
I've got something that I want you to tell us about as well. I want you to pick a ship for us to talk about next time.
Because we're going to start doing that again a bit.
Yeah, it turns out people like it when we talk about ships because we've got someone who knows quite a lot about X-Wing. And you pick a ship, or you all comment, and we'll pick one of them, and we'll do a full breakdown of it and some different builds and stuff.
Well, we've had such a busy season,
That
so it was more important to talk to you guys about that. So the guys that hadn't been, but now it's kind of calming down. So we're going to kind of get back to talking about the game, ships,
the
mechanics, etc., etc. So here
we,
we go. Oh, here
we have started to get some questions
The
now.
broken bomblet.
Scott Byron,
Yep.
what's your worlds list, Rasta, or is it a secret?
Oh, I'm Ghost Fen, obviously.
Crap
Not.
Ghost Fen.
Ghost Fen, man.
Ghost Fen.
Ghost Fen.
Ghost Fen.
Don't ask questions like that, moron.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I know where you live. I don't really, but I do.
It happened.
Dan Shepherdson, how to beat the Desi with Dash, Poe.
It's not as hard as you think. Here's the trick to dash the engagement. And I've beaten a quick draw rack load thing consistently with my list.
Which is what you're going to be facing quite
Number
a lot.
one, put an engine on dash. That's key. You ain't got an engine on dash, you lose. You need an engine on dash. I'd set up sideways, run up the board edge, try and get as many focuses as possible. You want to push him into a position where the decimator has to boost to get range. Right?
Therefore, he's got nothing.
Yeah, you just take your time. You just take your time. You will get into a situation where you will get blinded, but you ideally want to either have to make him push across the rocks or push across the debris to get at you, or make him boost to get into range so that Kylo's not triggered. If you can do either one of those two things, you're in a good spot. If you can out-position him to the point where you've just got quick draw, that's what you do. Rape on quick draw hard from the side, from the back.
Yeah, and you need to delete quick draw. You need to, if you hit him, you want all shields gone.
Yeah, you want all shields gone. This is not a game you're going to win 100-0. This is going to be a hard game. You're probably going to lose Poe, or you're more likely to lose Poe than you are to lose Dash in this game if played properly.
Because quick draw's high PS.
Yeah, but you wanna make him run. You wanna make him chase hard. Dash has the key to that because clever rock setup's really important in this match, and make him chase you. Don't be a moron and sit there and let him just come in and go, oh, free forward, I'm in range, I'll Kylo you, blah, blah, blah. And if you are going to be in the position where you've got to take the shots, remember to have the engagement in your favour. So you want to be behind a rock, you want to be double focused, you want to have Lone Wolf active. There's of those things.
So many crits in there that can affect the way that Dash plays, that, like George says, if you can keep him at range so he's got a boost, no Kylo.
That's how you win that matchup.
Yeah.
It's clever, that was a good answer.
Nick
like that?
Coventry.
Really did. I'm going to use that.
Nick Coventry.
Yeah, I guess it's Nick from Coventry.
Cool.
Thoughts on PTL engine Kanan Dash as an alternative to Lone Wolf and Ray Crew?
Okay, so PTL Kanan Dash is it's great. It's just we're harking back to like a double reposition dash. And the problem with the double reposition dash is you end up with unmodified attacks.
Yeah, no modifiers.
So Lone Wolf gives you, number one, it gives you the defensive reroll, which is probably more important than the offensive reroll.
I've seen it save you 1,000 times.
Lone Wolf's huge. The Ray stack obviously gives you action economy, keeping your dial open. I get what you're trying to do with push the limit dash, but it personally doesn't sit as well with me at the moment.
I think you're in the space,
because-
especially with the way you fly. You fly your dash the way you fly.
I'm very rarely been in a situation, if you fly dash well and you learn how to use dash properly, and a lot of people go, he's easy mode, he's not easy mode, to fly him properly, you should never need the double reposition. And a lot of people go, well, you shouldn't put engine on because you've already got barrel roll. No, I've got the choice. And I know that there's a lot of theory crafting that says the more you load on a ship and the less ability you have to use each one of the things you load on, that you're wasting points. So I've got barrel roll. So I can focus, target lock, barrel roll and boost. So there's 4 things I can do with that ship, but I've got 1 action. So I've got 3 things I've lost. And that's meant to be bad economy, but it's not in this, because I don't ever really need to focus because Ray's there. I don't probably need to target lock because of Lone Wolf. And then I've got boost and barrel roll as a choice. And the difference between a sideways manoeuvre and a forward manoeuvre on a big base is huge.
Yeah.
Actually in just map covered and in positional advantage. So I'm been playing, my first season of Store Champs wins were with Push the Limit Dash and Corrin. And I know how Push the Limit Dash works, but his real weakness is the fact that, let's say he's not even being shot at, he gets there, he's used the boost, he's used the barrel roll, he's dodged everyone's arc, hunky-dory, and then he goes, one hit.
No mods.
No mods, and the guy goes, dodged,
Yeah.
and you've done all of that, and you've got nowhere for it. So sometimes you'll dodge the right arcs with the engine, you'll dodge the ones you need to dodge, you'll take a shot, but you're in a good place, you've got double focus, and you've got Lone Wolf, and you go, brap, Lone Wolf, 4, and they shoot you back, and you go, well, I'm through a debris, I'm at range 3, that's 4 dice, Lone Wolf, no damage. Right, and they go, I prefer that. So, but, you know, keep on with it and keep trying. If it suits you, I'm not the one to tell you you're wrong. If it fits for you, it's the right dash
Especially
for you.
because you're wrong with your list.
Yeah, so everyone thinks I'm wrong, so it's all good.
Lee Dalton, I think what he's trying
that
to he's trying to get at is how do you think Worlds has been handled? Do you think it should be bigger, more players, or do you think the entry system should be better? Or both?
Controversial.
I ain't got a ticket, and I applied for a ticket.
Gutted.
Now, I got an
Lots
email
of
to apply for day 1A, 1B, 1C. All those tickets were sold out in about 4 minutes, and that was on the second draft.
Yeah.
So it's weird that I understand that everybody in the world wants to go, but could you not create an event that's big enough? Like, you know, like what... to sell out in the time that it sells out, to be entered into a lottery, it's a bit of a kick in the nuts.
Look, I don't know whether they maybe underestimated it this year, but I do feel like they could have done a lot more than they've done. They should really have been... This event has gone bonkers for this game. You should have opened it up to a whole week just for Star Wars X-Wing. Forget the other games. Do the next week for the next set of World Championships.
Yeah, like they split the Star Wars games and the other games.
Sell a day out,
Crap
open the
split.
next day. Sell that day out, sell the next day. Sell that. Do 5 days of Swiss, for God's sake, and then do a day of cut and then a day of the finals.
We all want 2
right?
weeks in America.
Yeah.
Do it that way.
No, but I'm deeply upset about some of the people that haven't managed to get tickets. To be fair, even the way they've handled the reserve seats, it just could have been done a lot more in advance. I think this is the real bugbear of people, is that even those that do have tickets like this redraw now, people have got
Deadline.
like 3 weeks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so
I'll just
all
book
the
a ticket.
tickets have gone through the roof, the flights are expensive, everything's more. Just, yeah.
To know 4 months ago would have been great, wouldn't it?
We want, if you're not going to do a ranking system,
Which is a good idea.
it is and it isn't,
I like it.
it is and it isn't. World Championships should at least be open to everyone if you're not going to do a ranking system. Do not make it a lottery so that you do have some of the best players in the world not able to go. I certainly am going. I want to win. I'm probably not going to win, but I don't want to be at an event where everyone goes, there weren't no good players there. Right, and I know there's good players.
Complaints
going,
that such and such couldn't
he
make
wasn't
it.
there.
And
He
that's why
wasn't
you
there.
won.
That's the only reason you won. Or to whoever wins, that may well be something that's chucked at them. That's not on. You need to give us a bigger field, please. So no, I'm not happy.
Okay, I think we're going to have to move on to the competition. I've actually got customers commenting on the stream that they want to get in the shop. So
tell them when they come in the shop,
to buy
me.
to buy
Where's my
X-Wing.
glasses? I ain't got my angle glasses. I'm just going to do my
ain't
angle
open
thing.
yet.
I pity the fool. I pity the fool.
So Paul Bridges just commented up, but we're going to have to pass on that, Paul, I'm afraid. And we're just going to move on to this week's...
We'll write your question down and get to you next fortnight.
And don't forget, everyone, keep commenting.
Yeah, if you put your questions up, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are.
Right. So what we're going to do is next week's competition, you've got the chance to win
a set of System Open target locks.
And these 3 promo cards. Now, these are super special to us at Warlords and a lot of the community. So, this one first is one of the Nerf Herder Kylo cards. Amazing.
It's such a beautiful.
Beautiful.
Can you guys see?
Really nice card.
I'm not sure it's going to focus, but there you go.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot.
And then you get also
From our Princess Leia event.
from our Princess Leia event. This is 2 Princess Leia cards. One of them is
Advanced.
One of them is Vader, and one of them is Luke Skywalker that have been redone. These came from the incredible Arthon James that he'd had commissioned for our event. They're beautiful. They've got Warlords on the back with the Princess Leia symbol. They're gold edged. They're really sweet.
So,
The competition, you've got to go back and watch episode 4 of this of Rasta and Ash Talk X-Wing, and I want you to
not
tell
Coronation Street.
not Coronation Street episode 4, but Rasta and Ash Talk X-Wing episode 4. And if you subscribe to our channel, you have to be a subscriber, and then I want you to write on this video, comment on this video and tell us who's on my mug throughout that video.
Not on his face.
Not on my mug, but on my mug. So I want you to tell me that. If you can tell me the character that is on my mug, if there is a character, maybe. Could be anything.
maybe it's
Who
a
knows?
picture.
Yeah, maybe it's a picture.
Maybe it's a saucy picture of a fruity lady.
Maybe it's
Maybe
not.
not.
But basically, you've got to get... So, be a subscriber. And comment on there.
You're not cutting me off yet, director.
No.
I have forgotten one thing. We'll do that in a second. More... whoop, rewind. Chuck that picture up.
Yeah.
There's a picture. I forgot to do something, and this was the only thing I wanted to do. This man, his name is Marty Vickery. You, sir, are a legend. You made my whole System Open event coming and meeting me, and said some silly stuff like, I'm your hero, and you just wanted to meet me, and all of that nonsense.
You're our hero, Marty.
You're our hero, Marty Vickery. The whole team adores you,
Yeah,
thinks of
legend.
you as our Captain Rex. We are going to get you up here at some point, or we're going to get down to you lot and play. I just wanted to personally tell you all about how great this gentleman is, and if you ever meet him at any event, go and shake his hand.
He is Rex.
He's
He's
Captain
Captain
Rex.
Rex,
He's
man.
been in the... He was in Return of the Jedi.
He was in Return of the Jedi.
Right? The nicest man in the world. There you go. X-Wing highlight. It wasn't about the swagger one. It was meeting this man. That's what made System Open for me. And now we'll turn back to the QVC presenter, Mr. Ash Brooks, with some public service announcements.
So basically, to get in contact with us, to talk about these videos, and we'll answer questions now. We're back in that zone.
Yep.
Now regional season's finished. You've got to contact us. Join the Weekend Warlords X-Wing page. Important one. Join the Weekend Warlords main page, because we post a lot of stuff on there as well. We've got our YouTube channel, which you need to subscribe to. We also have Pinterest. Do we have Pinterest? No, we don't. We have the other one.
Ash is making
I
stuff
just saw a
up.
P on this screen. I'm like, I don't
That's
know.
Patreon. What's wrong with
Patreon.
that?
That's what we
George's
got.
Patreon.
And what's the? Then we got the one with the pictures.
Instagram.
Instagram.
It's
That's
just,
the one.
so don't forget Rasta Maze painting Patreon. Thanks for just brushing over that.
Yeah,
bruv. It's not like it's
Don't
my
worry about
job.
that. Yeah, don't worry about that. No,
Oh.
you must. If you haven't already signed up to Rasta's Patreon, you need to look for it. We've got a wealth of content coming onto there very soon.
Next week we're doing a mass filming.
Mass filming.
And it has been a little bit lax, and we have done stuff, but it's been a bit lax past few weeks because of regionals and all of that. So forgive but you're getting to get so much stuff over the next 4 or 5 months. It's gonna
He's
blow your
answering
head.
questions that I want answered as well. So he's going to teach me all sorts of little bits that you're going to really like and that I'm going to really like. So it's
And anything like that, same as this vlog. So anything you'd like us to talk about, or anything you'd like me to teach you, message us, let us know this stuff, because then it gives us a bit more it makes more sense to you guys that we're doing
See,
these
we could
videos.
just talk to you for 2 hours about anything, but if you give us something to talk about, you give us something to chat about, and we'll chat about it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're good.
Sign off.
Yeah, sign off.
Yeah.
One
Thank
love.
you.
We
Yeah.
love you. Weekend Warlords. All the game, all the time. See ya in a fortnight. Love you.
Love
Peace.
you.